Oh my gosh, dude. This update is beautiful, but it really is exhausting. What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name is Heather. Way back again. It's about Trove on PC, baby. Oh yeah, I can't really move around that much because I got beautiful Jub sitting on my lap. I know that like got you really excited, but you gotta seriously like calm down and just sit on my lap. So you might hear a bunch of background noise and stuff like that. There's a little bit of construction going on here and there's people talking in the background, whatever, who cares. But how y'all doing today though, folks? I hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful, and I hope this video makes your day even better. So there's gonna be a couple other, like we got lots more tutorials coming out for sure, but I wanted to have a break from the tutorials, man. I wanted to update you all on my progress as to what I've actually been doing while all of the tutorials are going up. Obviously, I've been grinding like a madman. Not only have I just been working on selling credit pouches and getting flux and stuff like that, hashtag I'm pay to win, of course I am, so that I can get my flux up in the hopes that hopefully I can find an ice dragon. This is all that I've got for flux right now, and I'm not spending 1 cent more on Trove for this month because I already ended up spending enough getting myself to the second highest power rank in the entire game. 24,453. There's only one person on top of me right now anyways as I'm recording this. And he's an Gunslinger, and he's up by like 15 points over me or something like that. Otherwise, I would be the strongest in the entire game right now as far as power rank is concerned. Pretty cool, huh? I'm actually really excited about that. I kind of want to be proud of it, but at the same time, it's like, the only way that you can even get this powerful is complete pay to win. Like 110%. So let me actually hop over to the club and show you what I actually did, what the fruits of my labor have been. First of all, I've grinded like over 100 Dreadnought over and over again. I grinded it on normal mode because I did actually get a confirmation from the devs that normal mode, hard mode, and ultra mode doesn't matter for the Shadow Tower drops, including the Dreadnought and the Hydra. I haven't been lucky enough to end up getting the Hydra. I've heard of and seen some people that have gotten it on Xbox that are in my Xbox club, but nothing on PC. I haven't seen anybody with it. You can barely ever, like, good luck ever catching it in the market because I'm certain that anybody who would end up actually getting it, they're not going to sell it. They're just going to use it right away. So the method that you actually use for upping your gems right now is you need Bound Brilliance in order to get these stupid things here, right? I just keep on going for the brown ones because honestly, they're like the cheapest ones for me to get. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend them for any free-to-play players just because of the fact that this is a time-gated item if you're free-to-play because you can only really get them from your tomes and stuff like that, right? The silver one is okay, but it's really costly as far as the dust is concerned. And the gold one, with 100% certainty, this is absolutely useless. Like, if you're going to use any of the focuses for upping your gems, don't get this one. It's not worth it. It has like a chance of upping a gem's capacity by 15%. But most of the time it ups it by like 3 or 4, which the silver one pretty much does all the time as well. The re-rollers is something that I've had insane difficulty trying to get. I still got plenty of lunar souls and plenty of eyeballs, but I can't get the binding darkness from my, like, to save my life, dude. And it sucks because I'm going to show you with my gems. There's one stat in particular that I want to swap off. And again, I'll have like updated tutorials that talk about the gems in more detail. I just want to kind of give you a quick update for all of this stuff. So anyways, you need the Bound Brilliance, right? So what I've been doing, the pay to win method, is you go to the shop and you end up buying these stupid tokens by the dozens, and then you end up getting the boon boxes because they end up having a chance to drop 10 of the Bound Brilliance. Then you go over to the Gem Forge table, open up a gem, and bada bing, bada boom, you bump all of these up by 100% or whatever, right? So this gem right here in particular, I need a re-roller because I want to change this magic damage right here into crit hit, and then I want to put the magic damage up here because that 492% right there that's going on means that this actually rolled as the golden stat, I like to call it. Again, I'll have a tutorial that's going to explain all this in a little bit more detail so that it makes more sense, but essentially this is going to be the highest stat of whatever is on the gem is going to take up this slot. So I want to put my magic damage over there so I just have a more raw damage. Otherwise, here's my stats themselves. I'm sitting on 118k base magic damage, then 89.8 crit hit, which serves me well enough, but that's why I want to get crit hit on that other gem. And then 1528.2 for my crit damage. So I think we're actually doing pretty good. All these gems are completely maxed out as far as the augmenting is concerned. The stats on them are pretty ideal, honestly. My class gem, I think, is what's actually keeping me from being top in the game right now, is just because my class gem is not like ideal. I couldn't get like a perfect class gem to save my life in terms of power rank. But if you look at most of these, I actually was very fortunate to be able to re-roll my crit hit to the lowest stat, like the bronze stat, so that I'm not really wasting any extra crit hit on anything, which is just awesome, man. Like here we've got it as a little bit higher, but also that's just because this gem in particular is like really, really powerful. But again, I gotta get this to being my magic, this to an extra crit hit. And then there was another gem, this one right here, I might swap this out to crit hit. Maybe, but I'm not sure whether or not that stat is higher than this magic damage. I don't know. I think if I ended up doing that, like the one gem is probably going to throw my crit hit to like 95%, and then that other gem would throw it to over 100. So I might go for that because honestly, you don't need the health. Like, you really don't. And then otherwise, this is the divinity costume for the Gunslinger. I've got screenshots in the Discord right now. Like, we've got them in the announcements page. Big shout out to Merc for actually finding a bunch of them on the forums, and shout out to those people appropriately who ended up actually getting all the costumes. But all of the lunar costumes are right there in the Discord for you to see for all the different classes. I don't know if I'm going to end up making a video that's going to show pictures of all the costumes, and then I'm going to make a video after I actually get all of them, because being a mastery farmer means that I have to go for the costumes rather than waiting for the dragon. Speaking of which, for mastery, I'm actually rank 7. I can't keep up with the other people up at the top. All that I'm actually missing, as far as I know, is the Ice Dragon. So the extra mastery that these guys have must be from items that aren't in game yet, unless they most likely actually have the Divinity Dragon already, or a bunch of new costume codes or something. They got something. But at least I'm still top 10. For those of you that don't know, the fact that I'm rank 7 here, but it says rank 8, that's just gonna randomize between like me and these other 3 people. And so long as we're all tied, it still counts as being ranked 10. Like, even all the people that are going to be ranked 10 are going to potentially, oh, there's only one person that's ranked 10. Okay. Well, anyways, that's pretty much what I've been doing, folks, is just non-stop grinding. I was trying to grind up the dragon fragments, but they are just absolutely gross. When this video goes up, the patch should have hit. That is going to end up fixing the dragon fragments and making them a little bit more common. But honestly speaking, I don't know, folks. I like, there was no actual confirmation from the devs, at least as I'm recording this right now. Now, as far as shadow towers are concerned, it's pretty good. You know, I've actually been able to solo all the way up to Ultra Hydra. I can't solo Dreadnought. I haven't even attempted defeating the normal enemies, let alone fighting the boss is just out of the question. Daughter of the Moon is way too difficult to solo. I don't think I'll ever get to actually doing that. And I don't really know about farming normal Uber worlds, because honestly speaking, I've just been spending all of my time in the Shadow Towers because I'm not farming for any better gems or anything like that. Like, what's the point? I've already got a character that is completely maxed out. So that's actually not too bad with just my normal attacks. Oh, and also because I'm Gunslinger, Lunar Lancer, of course, is going to be the best passive ability with the subclass. So I got my Lunar Lancer up to 20k PR. And have since retired my Shadow Hunter. I love the Shadow Hunter. I really, really do. You know, for those of you that are still Shadow Hunter mains out there, stay with it. But I've played the class way too much, and on top of that, it's just not efficient enough for me. I still got my Neon Ninja at 20k, so I still use him for actual, like, passive farming whenever I actually end up doing it outside of Shadow Towers again. But for right now, I'm actually really enjoying the Gunslinger. He is actually the highest damage in the entire game as far as, like, Shadow Towers and stuff, with Fate Trickster being a close second. Fey Trickster is kind of like the highest single target damage, but the Gunslinger still outshines it just because of the ult and stuff like that. And another thing too that I want to mention is the devs have also confirmed that they are going to end up changing the Knight as well. So hopefully we're going to see as big of an increase with the Knight's capabilities for fighting as we just recently saw with the Fey, because the Fey is actually one of the strongest range characters in the game right now, which, I mean, that's awesome, dude. Okay, so anyways, whatever. We don't necessarily need to grind or anything. And look at all these random stellars. Ha 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 ha. Like, seriously, this is just from grinding Shadow Towers. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. You get so many stellars now because of the elite mobs that you find in Shadow Towers combined with all the magic find and everything. It's just insane. Like, really, really insane. When I'm actually rocking, like, Magic Find Allies and the Pirate Captain subclass ability, I think my Magic Find is actually at, yeah, we're at 3.7 right now. I think I can get it to 3.9 thousand Magic Find, which, hey, you know, that's pretty crazy. Once I end up actually getting the new dragon, like the Ice Dragon, then I might actually be boosted up to 4K Magic Find, which, of course, you don't need, you know, it's not like you need that amount of Magic Find, especially if you're trying to go for a Stellar. For a Stellar, technically, you only need to have 400 Magic Find, but, you know, whatever. So, as you can see, you know, we're actually doing pretty good damage right there as far as just normal enemies are concerned. Let's actually hop over into an Ultra Tower just so I can kind of show you just how powerful the Gunslinger can actually be. The big reason why he sets himself apart from all the other characters is, of course, the fact that when you're using your ultimate, you end up, like, blasting everything to oblivion because there's like 5 zillion enemies all around you, right? So let's actually go to Ultra Hydra. We're not gonna fight all the way to the boss, don't worry about it. But I do want to see whether or not we can get through the first round here moderately unscathed. I still die like crazy by everything in the Shadow Towers, don't get me wrong. When I was actually doing them earlier, when I say that I can solo Ultra Hydra, technically, yes, I can. But honestly, it does pay to have a bunch of extra people in here just because of the fact that they get to soak up all the extra damage from all these enemies, and thus I get a little bit more survivability, because like those mushroom dudes right there that throw their bombs, they suck, dude. They're like such a bad enemy because they actually will throw a bomb that explodes into the gas cloud, the toxic gas cloud that is normally a boss effect, not a normal enemy ability. Like, in a lot of ways, they actually made like just these normal Shadow Tower enemies are so much more powerful than anything we could have ever imagined, just because of the fact that they get to use all of these different high-end abilities that normally weren't available to them. Also the toilet, which, you know, is like the waffle. Any of the enemies, like the strongest enemy in Trove is the little sentry turret that just sits there and lobs like grenades at you. That will almost guaranteed for, well, unless you have like millions of health, almost guaranteed just take a pot, like every time they end up attacking you. And what they've actually done with this update in the Eclipse is like more often than not, whereas normally we would only have 2 of those guys spawn, now we actually have 4 of them on top of those mushroom dudes. So that's another big reason Shadow Towers is just like so much stronger than it ever has been. But as you can see, we're doing pretty good damage here, dude. We're gonna be doing just fine here just because we actually generated with the dungeon. And, you know, the dungeon, of course, is going to mean that we're going to end up getting all of our pots back as soon as we end up getting through this wave here. Still got 11 pots to spare while we're still fighting these guys. Oh, my goodness. This might actually be a little bit of a challenge, honestly speaking. Now, the reason I wanted to kind of show this video on the side and let you all be very clearly known that this is kind of like the future, right? Because I actually have another video coming out where I'm actually a lot weaker. This was before a lot of the grinding that I got done with this character, and I was actually trying to solo hard Dreadnought. So that video is gonna come out soon, and I just want to kind of let everybody know that as you're watching this video, this is from the future. That other video I already have recorded, and potentially if it's something that people are interested enough in, I could end up having a rematch now that I've got like my full-on much stronger stats, which, man alive, like, see, look at this. These guys, not only their survivability, yes, that's definitely pretty big. But that gas cloud, especially the fact that another thing too that this patch ended up doing, or at least I'm pretty sure that that wasn't possible before the Eclipse update, is the bombs can actually go off in the air now. And because of it, look at that. That was so clutch. Not skill, just Trove being random. But the enemy projectiles normally, as far as I remember, they couldn't explode in the air, could they? Because now they can, and it sucks. And even when those toilet enemies lob their grenades at you, half the time, they will actually hit you mid-air while you're wandering around and everything like that. Now, granted, it could just be the fact that I'm on the Gunslinger, so I'm a lot slower when I'm walking around in the air and stuff like that. Walking around in the air, listen to this guy. But compared to the Shadowhunter, where you can actually have that extra movement. Now, another thing, too, that I do want to say and not stress enough here is that I personally am tired of the Shadowhunter. It's not that he's like not a good character or anything like that. You can still use him in Shadow Towers for sure. He still works as a very fast farmer. As far as ranged farmer, he's actually still faster at farming than the Gunslinger for sure. But like I said, man, I've been spending most of my time in the Shadow Towers right now anyways, so yeah. What can I say? I don't really care anymore. So, or don't really feel like it, I guess I should say. I don't want to sound like negative towards it or anything. But yeah, I wanted to just give you a quick update, let you know that, man alive, I've been working like crazy. Trying to not only just get all the tutorials out to all you fine, beautiful people, but also just so that I can get all of the new content so that I can have these other tutorials. Because, you know, I have to have, like, now that I actually understand the gem system to a whole other level, I messed with it myself and was able to max out all my gems. I can kind of have a tutorial talking about that while also explaining just how much money the game actually wants you to throw at it in order to max out. Like, straight up, it is not worth it. Like, pay to win, yeah, I'm pay to win, but it's only for the fact that Trove is the most popular series on the channel, and, you know, it's kind of like a lot of you folks watching at home give me this opportunity so that I can be pay to win with this game, so that I can let you all know whether or not something is actually worth doing. And let me tell you, the, like, paying to win to get your gems maxed out is not really worth it. Like, yeah, I'm strong, yeah, I can solo, like, the Ultra Towers right there, but who cares, man? At what cost? At the cost of my bank. Like, that's what? Seriously, it's insane. So, for next week's Shadow Towers anyways, I'm probably going to be going for the Ice Sage's lunar costume, just for the fact that, you know, that's kind of pretty much the only other character that I end up using because he's essential for Dreadnought strategy. And unfortunately, you know, I gotta do it because I just know how to do it and have the most health on him, which means that I don't really get to use my Gunslinger on Ultra Dreadnought and get that extra damage, but hey, whatever, that's okay. Otherwise, yeah, lots more tutorials coming out, folks. Well, also, the big reason that I've been doing the tutorials is it also does give me a little bit of a break, because the tutorials videos are definitely a lot easier for me. That said, it's been a real struggle trying to kind of keep up with the videos, but also to kind of find that fine line between, is this, like, am I uploading too many videos? You know what I mean? And right now, you know, it's like, honestly speaking, I would actually just like to be doing Trove videos just to catch up on all the new Eclipse stuff, and then slowly end up, like, maybe next week or something, then Trove would end up slowing back down, and then I could start doing the indie videos. But no, I have to be doing all the indie videos because I am on a deadline with those, and I promised the devs who ended up throwing me those games that I was going to make a video on their game and stuff like that. Well, also, I've just been out socializing and doing a lot of other things as well, which is another big reason that I haven't been able to put the vlog videos out, is that I've been going out with other people, and it would be a little inappropriate for me to actually vlog about that. But anyways, you know, I'll talk about all of that stuff in another video. Most of all, I just wanted to update you all on everything and let you know I'm still here, I still exist, and I've still been working my butt off just for all you fine, beautiful people. And I love what I do, man. I really, really do. I think it's awesome that I get to actually play Trove and do all this for you folks, and then also just, you know, the indie videos and stuff. Yeah, I know they're not as popular on the channel, but that doesn't mean that they're not important to me, and I've been having a real fun time with all of those too, especially the VR games, man. Those are an absolute blast. So anyways, Thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. Today we're going to be giving away 10 streamer dream boxes because I got to get rid of these before the end of the month. So all you got to do to qualify for that is leave a like and leave a comment in the comment section down below. You'll get a reply from my good friend Nintendo Gamer, who is a real baller. I want to give a huge, thank you to him for helping me out with giving away all the codes and stuff like that. It's a huge load off me that I don't have to spend my extra time replying to specific comments and picking out winners and stuff like that. It means that I can just focus on looking at the comments, reading them, getting feedback from the community, and most of all that I can focus on the videos. And my emails are a little bit behind, and not only the Twitter and the Facebook, and it's just like I guess first world YouTube problems, right? I'm not complaining about any of it. I love the stress of my job. I love it. But I really got to figure out a way that I can slow this down. Thanks for watching, though, folks. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content, as well as build up loyalty points for my merch store. Links are in the description for that. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.